Bonsoir, bienvenue sur Le Point Pop. On est très content de vous retrouver cette année car pour les plus chanceux d'entre vous, vous nous avez peut-être suivis l'année dernière à Rock en Seine où nous avions visité les loges de Tudor Cinema Club et de Cassius. Cette année, donc, nous sommes de retour pour 3 jours de festival intensif, on l'espère. Il a cessé de pleuvoir, c'est génial. Et nous allons donc continuer les interviews en coulisses avec plein d'artistes. Notre première artiste que nous vous avons rencontrée, c'est la chanteuse Meu. Vous vous souvenez peut-être de son énorme tube Linon. Enfin, en tout cas, il y a eu 2 milliards de vues sur YouTube. Donc, si vous ne le connaissez pas, c'est le moment d'aller regarder. En tout cas, d'être 2 milliards et une personne. Donc, elle est là avec nous. Elle va monter sur la scène de Rock en Seine dans quelques heures, 2 heures, tout juste. Et elle va nous raconter un petit peu ce qu'elle va faire et nous dévoiler un petit peu les coulisses de son concert. Donc, hello, Me.
Hello.
So is there can you tell us about your show tonight? We do something particular for Rock en Seine?
So always when I play live, the most important thing for me is just to somehow, if possible, create a space where you can just let go and feel free. And I mean, I've been very excited to play Rock en Seine because it's one of the more legendary festivals that you really want to play. So I'm quite nervous, but usually it's actually a good thing because then you're more and that's, it's good to get some human reaction, out there. So it's gonna be fun.
Especially if it rains. You like the rain on stage?
I don't mind it. I mean, obviously sometimes it can be a bummer because it's rain while you play. And but at the same time it can be a really nice thing because then the people that's there really, then they're dedicated and you're dedicated. And also playing in the rain, it brings out some kind of aggression in me, a good kind of aggression where it's just so I don't mind that.
Alors pour ceux qui ne comprennent pas l'anglais, on va traduire. I'm going to translate because it's most of our readers
French. It sounds
and me Danish. Donc Me, elle est très excitée de jouer à Rock en Seine ce soir et elle a même pas peur de la pluie parce qu'au contraire ça réveille en elle une agressivité artistique qu'elle a en elle, une sorte de rage et donc et les gens sont encore plus excités, ont encore plus envie de faire la fête. Donc elle a vraiment hâte d'être sur scène dans quelques heures pour voir pluie ou pas pluie, peu importe. On va lui demander si elle a un rituel avant de monter sur scène ou des superstitions, des choses en particulier. Is there do you have a ritual or something you always do before going on stage or superstition?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something super exciting, but always around an hour before a show, me and my band, we try to put away our phones and just try to get in the mode, maybe have one drink and just prepare ourselves mentally and even warming up your body and all that shit, just getting into the kind of zone of it. I think that's very important. Because otherwise it's harder to let go when you're on stage and you need to be there. And if you're checking emails and doing and phone calls with your management, then when you go on stage you'll just be and that's the worst. So
are you addicted on social media?
I mean, I'm not one of the worst people you can meet with that, but I'm also not an addict. I think I'm pretty medium. Yeah.
Donc Me, en fait, avant de monter sur scène, elle éteint son portable. Elle est pas parce qu'elle est spécialement accro aux réseaux sociaux ou à son téléphone, mais plus parce que ça l'aide en fait avec tout son groupe à rentrer vraiment dans le concert avant qu'il commence. Et on va lui demander aussi si elle a un objet, parce qu'elle est très souvent en tournée, spécialement là l'été avec les festivals, etc. Si elle a un objet toujours avec elle. So do you have always a special object with you on tour?
Oh yes, I do.
Wow, it's magic. Non, ce n'était pas du tout préparé, c'est totalement spontané.
We have this little fella and also this cat. Yeah.
It's beautiful. So what's the story of this object?
So this one I got from a fan. I think it was in the UK, but I'm actually not sure. But it was while I was touring. And she said, I think she said it was like a lucky cat and that it would be like, if you warm it up something. But actually I don't even remember. Like, I just remember being so like, oh, it's a stone and it's a cat and it's, this sweet, awesome fan that gave it to me. So, and like cats are my favorite animal in the world. I'm like kind of obsessed with obsessed with cats. So, so I'm very happy about this one. And this guy I got from a super awesome choreographer, like a dance choreographer. She was doing the choreography for my music video final song. And when we met her in the morning out in the desert where we shot the video, she gave me this one and said it was like a lucky charm.
And so they're always with you. Are they on stage too or in your...
They're not on stage, but maybe I should bring them on stage tonight actually.
Good.
Yeah, why not?
Donc voici les deux objets qu'elle emporte toujours avec elle. L'un c'est un chat en pierre qu'une fan lui a donné, ou un fan. It's a girl or a boy fan?
It was a girl. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was in the UK somewhere. Yeah.
Donc une fan anglaise, nous précisons, et elle adore en fait c'est son chat, elle adore les chats en fait, voilà. Donc du coup elle a toujours ce chat en pierre avec elle, et donc l'autre c'est une petite poupée qu'une chorégraphe lui a donnée et qu'elle garde aussi tout le temps avec elle parce que ça lui apporte de la chance, et le fait d'ailleurs d'en parler là maintenant, elle va peut-être l'emporter avec elle sur scène tout à l'heure, ça lui a donné cette idée, donc voilà, le point pop l'inspire. What's your favorite reaction from the public when you're on stage? Is it from the audience when you're on stage? Is it a scream or?
I think the best thing, I mean, again, I guess it's quite obvious, but like when they just like, when you can see that they're like smart, like super happy and they just can't stop dancing, like that's, but I mean, of course that's the best. And also singing along, especially if they sing along in a song where I didn't expect it, then, obviously that makes me super happy as well. But also when they sing along in the songs where I do expect it. It's just nice when they're engaged, always.
So is there a particular song you want them to sing tonight with you?
No, I mean, just as many as they like to sing along with me on, I guess.
Donc pour ceux qui nous regardent et qui vont assister au concert de Meu ce soir, en fait la réaction qu'elle préfère en fait dans le public, c'est quand les gens, bon d'abord dansent comme des fous, qui peuvent pas s'en empêcher tellement sa musique est dansante qu'ils sautent partout et tout, et aussi quand ils chantent avec elle, et en particulier les chansons qui sont peut-être moins connues où elle s'y attend moins, donc préparez-vous, commencez à chanter et chantez avec elle ce soir sur scène, car elle adore. Et do you have like a new songs also that you're going to sing tonight, or like on this tour?
Yeah, I am. I mean, actually, for a year or something, I've been playing some songs that haven't been released, and I guess I mean, first of all, because like they're like nice live songs, but also it's always good to check out songs, like to see how people react to them. So yeah, I will be playing some stuff like that as well.
Because do you know when you're gonna release your new album, or it's?
Well, I have a lot of songs ready, but I can't really say. So like I have Actually, like I mean, I can't say anything about it yet. I mean, but soon there will be some stuff. But it's too early. Sorry. But yes, I have a lot of songs, and there's going to be some releases and some stuff. But I can't give you any specific just yet.
No problem. But can you tell us about maybe the energy, or like something, I don't know, something, the specific energy in this new album?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a mix of again, I started out as I wouldn't say an indie artist, but more like of an indie artist, like, and then, Lean On happened, which was like such a blessing. And, it kind of like, I guess, like in many people's eyes, took me to a situation where you would call me maybe more like of a mainstream artist or something, like, and so it has been taking me a while to like find, like, to marry those two things. Like you have the mainstream side and the indie side, like the more, I used to be in punk bands and stuff, like more alternative shit, and like then mix that with some more mainstream and finding your own sound and all of that. Nowadays there's so many bands and everybody, like there's so much stuff. I think it's so important to try as an artist to find your own voice and your own sound, like even if you're influenced, like, because we're all influenced by each other, but like to really try to be unique in the fucking chaos of all that. And so it's been taking me a while, but to answer your question, like on the new stuff that I'm going to release, of course there's going to be the pop songs, the singles, that stuff, but there's also going to be some more like, you know, darker and more emotional stuff, because that's like, I love doing stuff like that. So there's going to be, you know, a mix of both, like, because for me it's so important to be personal in my stuff and to have all the layers of who I am as an artist.
And so you write all your songs in the next album?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a part of the songwriting, and a lot of the songs are done all by myself, and a lot of them I've done in collaborations. So it's a mix of. Also, again, I've been working on this album for like 4 years, so there's like so many kind of different songs, and I'm, you know, long story. It'll be out, like, I mean, I'll get some stuff out soon. We can talk more about this, but
okay. You don't want to jinx it or anything.
No, yeah.
Donc en fait, ce que Me nous racontait, c'est qu'en fait, ça fait depuis 4 ans qu'elle travaille donc sur des nouvelles chansons. Elle en a plein. Elle essaie toujours de garder en fait un équilibre entre la pop star en elle et l'artiste plus indépendante, plus punk, plus brute, quoi. Et donc elle veut pas trop dévoiler de choses sur ce prochain album. En tout cas, il existera et il va sortir, mais il faudra continuer à aller régulièrement sur le point pop pour savoir quand, parce que pour l'instant, elle n'est pas encore prête à en parler. Et so do you feel sometimes a little like schizophrenic between like the really like huge pop star you became, especially after Lennon and etc., and the more indie artists, or you can just?
No, yeah, I've definitely throughout the times felt a little bit schizophrenic every now and then. And I think, again, that's why it's been taking so long, because I've had this wish all along, like, to have my own voice and my own sound, but at the same time it's like, you want to be open to everything in a way, and I'm always like, whoa, yeah, let's try that, let's do that, like, whoa, yeah, why not? And so, yeah, sometimes I've been like, oh, I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna try and do it because I want to know if it's right. And I personally, I don't learn until I burn my fingers. So I'm very much like all about trying out and figuring it out. And sure, then sometimes you're like, I'll be like stopping and be like, hey, what the fuck am I actually doing right now? Like, is this what I'm really burning to do? Like, so it's
like what?
No, but like just, sometimes, I don't know. This is a stupid example, like, but just, someone put you in a dress and you totally don't feel like yourself, you don't feel comfortable, but you're like, well, sure, yeah, like, I mean, that's just, but like, that's like an example of that. And it can be with many things. It can be with small things and bigger things where you're just like, I don't know if this is right, but then sometimes you gotta just live through that and like then take a step back and be like, what do I actually want to do? So yeah, it's been schizophrenic, but like it's been such a good learning process for me, and I don't think I could be without that learning process. And also, again, coming from, first of all, being like, a totally fucking normal girl in a punk band to being an indie artist, and you travel the world, and then all of a sudden you're on a worldwide hit. It's so many, like, your brain has to, it takes a little while for you to just, how does it, suck it all in? No, what's the word? Like, and then just, find yourself in that and find your art and your voice in that. So I think that's just how it is. And like, I'm feeling that I'm coming more and more out of that blur, that bubble of like, oh, who am I? I don't know. Like, so, it's good. All struggle is a learning, like a lesson learned. So that's great.
Alors ce que donc Me nous racontait, c'est que donc spécialement en fait après le succès de Lennon, elle est devenue donc une énorme pop star, et c'était difficile pour elle qui vient justement du punk et de la musique plutôt indépendante, de trouver en fait l'équilibre entre et de s'y retrouver, de pas être complètement submergée par ce succès qui peut rendre un peu, faire perdre en fait tous ses repères. Et parfois elle le côté pop star était un peu trop présent. Par exemple, quand on voulait lui mettre une robe qui allait pas, etc. Et donc, elle est de plus en plus, elle arrive justement à trouver cet équilibre et son identité. Especially, I guess, for a woman and to find your own like femininity, like in the music, it's because it's not like anyone. Like, did you find it was like a little difficult or no?
Yeah, I mean, from time to time, but I remember in the beginning where it was more like, again, more alternative, I guess, what I did. I didn't really have a pressure of like, oh, you should be like this or that. It was not until all of a sudden, the doors gets open into a more mainstream scene that all of a sudden I was like, whoa, do they like? I'm not saying that I don't want to change. Like, I want to be like, I think the best way always to be and to react and to do to any situation is to just be yourself. But I remember all of a sudden feeling like a bit more weird about being myself, because there was this like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But again, that's just something you learn to deal with. Like, actually, what was the question again?
How did you find your way of like expressing your femininity? Also, like between the doll or an indie punk, kind of like it's also like a fine line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think actually, not to get it too blurry, like I think my answer to that is just sure. I mean, always like, but that's not just for musicians. Like, always in life, as a woman or as a man, you can feel uncomfortable in some situations and be insecure about is it okay to be just me or is it not? I don't know, figuring that out. But I think for me, what always works out to my advantage is when I'm just being myself. So even if it's more mainstream or like whatever, like you gotta feel comfortable, otherwise you're no good,
Okay. Donc voilà, la devise. So your motto is always feel comfortable.
Yeah, like be yourself. I mean, I know it's super cliche, but again, every time in my life where I've tried to pretend that I was something that I wasn't, or tried to be in a certain way or look a certain way that wasn't really feeling, that I didn't feel right, didn't feel like myself, then it's like been like, so far, like then I've failed so bad. So it's always when I'm like just being myself that I feel like this works. So yeah, I mean, be yourself has always been my motto. And I know it's so classic, like it's something that everybody's like, oh, be yourself. Like, and it can be really hard to be yourself, but actually I do think that's the best advice that I ever got anyway.
Bon, alors, les filles et les mecs, soyez vous-même. C'est le conseil que vous donne Meu aujourd'hui, ce soir. So just one last question. I was very surprised to read that the Spice Girl played like a very big role in your career.
I mean, I think, so like when I was like a big fan of them as a kid. I don't know if I would say that when I sat down as an adult and started making music, they were necessarily the inspiration, but they were, back in the days when I was, again, 7 or 8, they were the reason why I started making music. So therefore, they did play a big role,
But do you still listen to them?
No, that's what I'm saying. I haven't really listened to it for many years, but back then when I was a kid, I was like the biggest fan in the world. Like, I was obsessed with them. So yes, but I don't know. I mean, I should listen some more to them though. They're awesome, but no, it's not like I'm a listen to it anymore. No.
I mean, if we were like, we don't, but if we were like put Wannabe right now, what would you do? Like, just know it by heart and do the choreography and everything again?
I kind of like, actually the other day I played this game where it was like you had to sing, you would hear a Spice Girls song and they would stop the song and then I would have to sing the lyrics. And I mean, I kind of know all the melodies and everything, but when I was 7, I didn't know English. So for me, all the lyrics is like it's mumbo jumbo, But I do know everything by heart. Just maybe not necessarily the correct English words, So,
That would be a good cover in Mumbo Jumbo.
Probably.
Do you have one last word for our readers?
I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me speed talk. I talk so much. Sorry.
It's the good point. It's good in an interview, you know.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're like, yes, no.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I don't have that problem. That's true. Yeah.
Donc Meu qui nous a aussi dévoilé qu'elle avait été fan des Spice Girls quand elle était petite, quand elle avait 7 ou 8 ans, qu'elle connaissait absolument toutes les chansons et les chorégraphies par cœur. Et c'est ce qui d'ailleurs l'a inspirée pour devenir chanteuse. Donc merci les Spice Girls parce que sans elles, nous ne serions pas avec elles. Et merci pour regarder. Je continue la traduction dans ma tête. À très bientôt, à demain. En fait, c'est d'ailleurs pour nous, pour le Point Pop avec Jane. Et stay tuned, comme on dit en anglais. Bye.